Forget everything you think about AI agents. This one builds itself. Imagine a single AI assistant that not only receives a purchase request, but autonomously checks inventory, validates the budget, generates the approved order in SAP, and notifies the supplier, all without a single human handoff. That's the power of orchestrating services on SAP BTP, transforming isolated tasks into intelligent, self-driving business workflows. Forget everything you know about workflow. This isn't a flowchart, it is an active digital employee. I am showing you how to build an agent that decides. It does not just route a purchase order, it critically evaluates the need, negotiates timing, and learns from every transaction. We are moving from passive automation to assertive, intelligent business action. Let's build its mind. We will equip it to understand a manager's email request, verify the budget in SAP, and even analyze supplier delivery schedules. If a delay threatens a project, it will proactively flag it for human review. This isn't automation following steps, it is an agent making critical judgments to keep your business moving. But here's what sets it apart: this agent runs autonomously. It consumes the event, selects its own tools, executes the logic, and decides the next step without your intervention. That architecture is the true unlock, moving from scheduled automation to an intelligent system that acts in real time, turning every business signal into a decisive, automated action. And this is more than a script. It is the end of waiting for a cron job. When a vendor submits a new order, this agent instantly decides, validates, and posts the AP invoice in SAP S/4HANA. You are not just scheduling tasks. You are capturing live opportunities and eliminating risk before it even materializes. That's the leap from automation to strategic execution. Stop handcrafting every integration. Let AI agents automate entire SAP processes. Now, the real intelligence. That email trigger kicks off a serverless workflow. This is our central nervous system. It autonomously routes data, makes AI-powered decisions using the generative AI hub, and updates your SAP applications. You are not just moving a file, you are launching a coordinated, end-to-end business execution managed by code. But here's the crucial shift. The workflow itself now has agency. It does not just follow steps, it analyzes the incoming data, decides which SAP system needs an update, calls the AI for insights, and orchestrates the entire digital response. Your process becomes a proactive, thinking entity built directly into your enterprise core. Imagine a workflow that does not just move data, but truly understands it. Your agent will use SAP AI Core to dissect information, predict outcomes, and make intelligent decisions, transforming passive automation into an active, strategic partner embedded in your business. This is the core of its agency and power. Think of SAP HANA Cloud as your agent's long-term memory. It's the crystal-clear ledger where every transaction, every decision your AI makes, is permanently and instantly recorded. This isn't just storage, it is the irrefutable audit trail that gives your intelligent workflow both its operational backbone and its strategic credibility. But this intelligence needs to execute. This is where our CAP application acts as the agent's hands and voice, seamlessly communicating with SAP S/4HANA. It translates the AI's strategic decisions into concrete, auditable business actions, closing the loop from insight to tangible outcome. Your agent does not just think, it delivers real change. To execute intelligently, we need a robust architecture. This blueprint outlines the precise SAP BTP services we will integrate. The critical design principle: loose coupling. Every service is a replaceable module, ensuring your entire system is resilient to change, highly maintainable, and scalable. Let's build an agent that lasts, not one that becomes technical debt. Why is everyone's SAP AI agent still stuck in a demo? But what's the difference between a simple filter and true intelligence? This engine learns to reason. It is not just matching keywords. It analyzes supplier history, budget adherence, and risk flags to make a predictive judgment. This is the core of your autonomous agent, turning raw data into decisive, repeatable action. So, how do we transform that raw data into a trustworthy decision? It needs to understand complex, interconnected patterns. Our AI model will not just read numbers, it will weigh them against each other, learning from historical outcomes to predict the best path forward with confidence. You are teaching the system to think. Think all 4 green lights are equal. Absolutely not. One is a flashing siren. A high amount from a poorly rated vendor when the budget is tight. That's your critical risk signal. The AI connects these disparate dots into a single, coherent threat level. It does not just check boxes, it builds a profile of danger or safety for every single request. But here's where most teams fail spectacularly. They deploy a brittle, one-off model that dies with its first requirement change. We are building an orchestration service. It's a living decision engine that serves multiple workflows, continuously learning and scoring across the entire landscape. This isn't a static function, it is your central nervous system for automated intelligence. Listen closely. The threshold you set here determines your agent's intelligence and your legal exposure. Set it too low, and you unleash chaos. Too high, and you create a useless bottleneck. This single value governs trust versus control. You are calibrating how much authority you grant to the machine. Get this wrong, and the entire system fails. Now watch. The model has ingested the decision history, learning the patterns of human approval. We submit a new, unseen purchase order. In milliseconds, it returns its verdict, approve, with high confidence. The system now knows how to think. You have just encoded your company's judgment into executable intelligence. The AI is live. Forget RPA bots. Real SAP automation needs this hidden AI agent layer. Right now, you have isolated, automated tasks. But how do you connect them into intelligent, end-to-end business logic? That's the real power of SAP Build. So, what are the core, non-negotiable stages every resilient, AI-augmented workflow must contain? We are going to architect those stages and define the exact intelligence at each decision point. Look, automated tasks are powerful but inert. Now we connect them into living logic. We define these critical stages: intelligent trigger, orchestrated action, conditional AI decisions, and final system of record update. This is where isolated processes become a resilient, intelligent agent. Let's go build this orchestration layer. Powerful, right? But we are not just building forms. This is where we inject intelligence into the workflow itself. We will configure decision logic so the form's outcome, an approval, a rejection, or an escalation instantly branches to the next exact automated step. Your agent is now thinking, not just executing. Do not just route tasks. You are designing an intelligent decision engine. That AI classification becomes a dynamic switch, instantly activating entire downstream processes. One approval triggers a procurement sequence, a rejection initiates a legal review. You are not configuring if-then logic, you are architecting the nervous system of a truly autonomous digital agent. Now, let's cement that intelligent nervous system. A true agent doesn't just decide, it adapts and perseveres. We will define intelligent fallback paths and escalation protocols. If a service is unavailable, it does not just fail, it triggers a defined contingency or gracefully alerts a human. This isn't just error handling, it is embedding resilience directly into the agent's DNA. Just as a pilot needs instruments to fly through a storm, your agent needs a real-time cockpit. This dashboard is your direct window into every decision, every trigger, and every automated action. You won't just be guessing, you'll be commanding the entire process, observing its intelligence at work and proving its operational brilliance instantly. Automation is a myth until you build this agent and prove it wrong. Right now, your agent lives on BTP. The real magic happens when it reaches into your S/4HANA system to execute decisions. I am talking about an authenticated, secure API call that creates a real purchase order. That's your trigger pulling the lever on the entire business machine. But that decision is worthless unless you tell someone. Your agent needs a voice. This is where we integrate the SMTP service on BTP. A successful PO triggers an immediate, branded email to procurement, closing the loop and proving your automated workflow actually works in the real world. It is the final, critical piece of the puzzle. Now, let's lock it all down for production. Deploy your agent as a managed application service on SAP BTP. This gives you automated scaling, health monitoring, and enterprise-grade security out of the box. Your autonomous workflow is no longer just a script, it is a hardened, scalable service ready to transform how your business operates. But listen closely. Hardening this agent isn't about features, it is about trust. Every external call, every API it touches, is a potential breach. We enforce strict, role-based access and centrally manage credentials using the BTP Service Manager. This ensures your agent only sees and does exactly what it is permitted to, sealing the entire automated chain. So you have bound your services. What's the weak point now? It is the connections themselves. A single misconfigured destination can expose your entire process. This slide is about moving from simple binding to deliberate, monitored integration, orchestrating these components into a resilient, self-healing workflow you can truly deploy without fear. Now you need to shift your mindset. This is no longer a demo. You are validating an orchestrated business process. Move past unit tests. Execute the full workflow chain. Does it survive a service hiccup? Does the data mutate correctly end-to-end? The sample run must prove its production resilience. Building SAP workflows. Your current automation is wasting millions. Now, watch as Scenario 1 unfolds autonomously. The agent receives the trigger, validates the purchase order against master data, executes the approval workflow, and upon confirmation, instantly creates the output document, all without a single human intervention. This is the new standard, complete process integrity, from end to end, in seconds. But scenario 2 is different. The system flags this as high risk. Instead of a silent auto-approval, the AI instantly and intelligently triggers a manual review. Watch the dashboard, the control shifts directly to a manager. The agent hasn't stopped, it is orchestrating, intelligently pausing the flow and escalating for human oversight only where it is absolutely critical. Now, for scenario 3, we hit a critical failure point. The agent has just flagged the vendor master data as structurally invalid. It is not just high risk, it is non-compliant. So it executes the final rule. The workflow does not escalate. It does not pause. It terminates immediately, preventing a failed transaction at the source. That's proactive governance. Think of it like a high-speed train's final safety brake. The system detects a track failure ahead, a complete breakdown, not a minor delay. It does not just signal. It instantly engages full termination, locking the wheels to prevent a costly derailment at the very start. This is your last line of defense, active and absolute. Look at that. The agent saw the failure, it is not asking for permission. In a real scenario, this isn't just a check, it is a complete abort sequence. Every resource is rolled back, every lock released, and the system resets to a stable state. No cleanup required. You just stopped a catastrophe before it even began. That's the power of a true safety mechanism. Now, those numbers aren't just faster, they're deceptive. That speed reveals a fundamental shift. Manual time wasn't just spent working, it was spent deciding under stress. The agent eliminates that entire cognitive load. You are not just automating a task, you are engineering out human latency and the risk of a bad judgment call in a crisis. Your SAP BTP workflows are stuck in the last decade's manual processes. Now, we make this agent intelligent. We will integrate a real-time API that analyzes order history and supplier performance, then injects its data-driven recommendation directly into the approval workflow. This transforms your agent from a simple router into a strategic decision-making partner, fundamentally altering procurement efficiency. But how does this scale when the entire procurement team hits the system? You must isolate state and design for parallel execution. Implement queue-based triggers and stateless logic. This ensures your AI agent's powerful intelligence remains consistent and responsive, no matter the volume, turning a departmental tool into a true enterprise asset. Do not celebrate your prototype. That's the most dangerous phase. Right now, your brilliant logic is trapped in a single-threaded nightmare. One user's long-running approval blocks everyone else. You must surgically extract and externalize every piece of state immediately. Treat shared memory as a system failure. This decoupling is the only path from a clever demo to a resilient service. But where do you surgically extract this logic to? It demands a stateless container. This is the crucial move from a local script to a cloud service. You deploy each microservice in its own Cloud Foundry app or Kyama container. Now your workflow scales independently. This is the architectural shift that makes it professional. Now, your foundation is solid. So look beyond code. This is about production-grade thinking, error resilience, observability, security posture. Design for failure. Add circuit breakers, comprehensive logging, and robust authentication for every service. Your system must not just work, but endure. Own that operational discipline from day one. You have constructed the engine. Now build the cockpit. This repository is your blueprint for the control panel, every gauge, switch, and diagnostic feed. You need immediate visibility into its vitals and manual overrides at your fingertips. Code runs the machine, but this instrumentation lets you command it with confidence under real-world pressure.